Bill O'Reilly is here. Always a pleasure. Big Bill, I want to ask you about what's happening with this train derailment accident in Ohio, and then I want to hear about your experience at the Super Bowl. Brought me back from Ukraine to hear about that. Now, here's my take on what I'm seeing with this train. You judge it. The right is playing Biden in the boogeyman. Biden stinks. That's why this happened, and there has to be accountability, but they don't want accountability because they're saying, oh, there's been more than just this one, but they don't want to look at the problem that we just had outlined by a member of the union who was a veteran for many years. Profits over people. Taking shortcuts, optimizing your efficiency and not safety. We've seen it time and time again. Isn't this the real problem, Bill, is that you're letting these corporations make money even at this kind of risk?
First of all, I'm glad you're back from Ukraine safely. Nice job over there. NewsNation should be applauded for trying to explain a very complicated situation to the American public. Second of all, things like this always happen. And yeah, I'm sure that the train wasn't loaded properly, but we don't live in a perfect world, and to spend a lot of time on that is foolish and doesn't amount to anything. What should be happening is that the people in East Palestine should relocate, and the state should be doing that right now. You err on the side of caution, so they all should be out of there by the weekend. Okay, because staying around is not going to help you out 5 years ago, as we in New York know, after the 9/11 attack. So get out.
Well, after 9/11,
it should be much better.
After 9/11, you'll remember, Bill, Rudy Giuliani then and others were saying that the air was okay. Not until many years later did we realize that wasn't true.
I don't think anybody listens to politicians anymore on health matters. If you do, you're insane. What should be happening is
Go ahead, Bill, please.
Okay. What should be happening is a two-pronged strategy. Number one, the federal government in the form of FEMA should be on the ground with an office opened away, maybe 10 miles away from the site. Mm-hmm. Number two, Governor DeWine should have a spokesperson every day on the ground giving updates and answering questions to the townspeople. Yep. All right, again, away from the fray, 5 miles or so.
Right.
Those people should be 24/7. No, they don't close. They're like 7-Eleven. They stay there to reassure people that help is there. That's what should happen. It hasn't happened yet. The Department of Transportation is useless, but Buttigieg gave an interview the other day while you were overseas. He even mentioned this. I mean, it's inconceivable how incompetent that man is.
Well, he's got to take something on. He's got to take something on here. Accidents do happen, you're right.
He's got to be part of the organization. The organization is what is not up to speed.
Right, I don't disagree.
To help the poor people, like the guy you interviewed.
I don't disagree.
He shouldn't be Cuomo, this man should not be organizing anything. It's not on him. This is a state matter primarily with a federal backup.
Yeah, but it's taking too long, and they don't trust the absence of information, so they're getting their own. I applaud that. Also, I think that you can't just brush this off as an accident. They happen often, right, but that doesn't make them okay. And more often than not, the expression asleep at the switch winds up being borne out as a reality because of improper staffing. And when you look at these situations, and I've investigated several of them on the ground over the years, time and time again, it comes up to a need for a huge infrastructure upgrade that never happens, and allowing for scheduling and staffing and efficiencies that don't just favor the bottom line, but that's not how we work. And when you favor labor too much, you get hit with the socialist label. And that is a concern here, Bill. I'm telling you, it's a factor.
Cuomo, no matter what you do, there are always going to be accidents. People are always going to screw up. Companies are not going to do what they should do so they can make an extra dollar. You're never going to solve that problem. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Yeah. I mean, we got trillions of dollars in an infrastructure bill. Maybe they can put a little of that money into making the trains safer. But what I'm trying to say is there is no excuse for the state of Ohio and the federal government not to be providing more vivid services right now to those people.
Agreed.
There's no excuse for that.
Agreed. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.